Greens all, it's Max, and we are back. And today we're going to talk about the Federal Reserve. What fun things to talk about here. I got too many tabs up on my computer to where I'm getting lost in all the stuff that I want to talk about. So this is just a quick one here to clear this off the slate, because I know I've been talking about crypto recently. I wanna bring up some articles, and you guys make your own determination on things. Well, here we have Janet Yellen here in February 22nd says Bitcoin is extremely inefficient for transactions, says U.S. Secretary Janet Yellen. The most popular cryptocurrency on Monday fell to only $47,000. That's a 1 week low. And at one point, it lost nearly 17% of its value. Oh, amazing, amazing. Keep in mind, it's at $47,000. And in March last year, I think it was at $3,000. Okay, well, we'll get into that later. But this is Janet Yellen saying Bitcoin extremely inefficient. Bitcoin's market cap is less than $1 trillion. It's like 800 billion, something like that. All right, so it's not a very big, in the grand scheme of investment things, it's not a very big asset. It is in itself, but like crypto, it is like 4/5 of all crypto, right? The crypto entire market is just over $1 trillion. So Bitcoin makes up a large portion, but it's not even $1 trillion. But what's interesting about that is 2 days later, and I missed it, I didn't see this, but Federal Reserve payment system is disrupted. The Federal Reserve banks, the guys that just print money out of thin air, all across the world, couldn't communicate with one another because of some error, quote unquote, you know. I don't know if there was something else, some Q stuff going on with that or not, but for like 2 or 3 hours, the Federal Reserve payment system was shut off, and all of their services, including like their web page and some stuff, was completely turned off, causing $3 trillion worth of payments not to go through. $3 trillion, 3 times the size of Bitcoin. All right. The Federal Reserve system for interbank payments went down Wednesday morning. The central bank said in the statement it became aware of the situation around 11:15. There were no initial indication if foul play was suspected. All right. This is what happened. This is what is going on here with the Federal Reserve, in that their house of cards is crumbling. Because what happened when they couldn't transfer the money? Does that mean that paychecks were just a little bit late? Does it mean that just some of their cross-border things and money laundering things, just, you know, the drug dealers had to wait a little bit longer to get their laundered money? Is that what happened? You guys remember when I was talking about GameStop, and I did a whole kind of sort of stream about the whole thing of the retail people and kind of the lowbie little working class and the gamers actually getting one over on Wall Street, and that they had to artificially stop trading. They had to force people to sell their GameStop to help out the hedge funds, because they're the ones propping up Social Security. They are allowed to, quote unquote, print money, rob the stock market so that they can keep all of these debts alive in America. And the Federal Reserve System is a big part of that. How big, you ask? How big? Well, the Federal Reserve, guys, it's all been exposed. It's all been exposed. What happened? What happened when this happened on when? When did it say? February 24th this happened. Okay? February 24th. What else happened on February 24th? GameStop stock, which had been slowly declining because people had been forced to sell, right? It was down to around $35. We're up at $100 now. GameStop, GME stock halted twice as shares jump over 100%. They had to halt trading. Look at this article, February 24th. They had to halt trading again on GameStop. Look, Wall Street Bets is not buying this stuff up like they were. They're just holding on to it. So what happened here? The Federal Reserve was printing money out of nothing to buy and sell stocks immediately to keep the price of GameStop down low, just with a computer program algorithm. Printing money out of nothing exclusively to keep GameStop low, to keep their hedge funds afloat, and all our Social Security and all of our bonds and everything are riding on that stuff. So they have all these programs running to artificially deflate the things they want to deflate and inflate the things they want to inflate. Look at this. As soon as their systems get shut offline, look at GameStop. Boom. To the moon. To the moon. Trading down here at around, looks like $48, right? Bam. To the moon. To the moon. Oh, well, it's just a coincidence, right? It's just a coincidence. What was the other stock that the Wall Street Bets guys were going after? AMC. AMC Holdings. You know, the movie theaters, brick and mortar movie theaters that are the worst investment you could possibly make. Okay, we're trading down here at $4.32, $2, $2.01. It's on a downward slope. And then the Federal Reserve goes, no, this is before that. This is over here. It's trading at $5.80. This is the initial Wall Street Bets boom. Down, down, forcing people to sell right here to get this big peak. People get to buy it up. Then they force them to sell again. And then these are the people who are still trying to hold. And it's going down, down, down. $5.50 it's trading at. And then the 24th, bam, almost doubles in price. Almost doubles in price. And now it's coming right back down because, of course, the Federal Reserve is back up and running. And that's just an example of two stocks that people are keeping an eye on because of Wall Street Bets and the retail people putting the screws down to all these Wall Street guys and the hedge fund guys and all these big investors. These are just the two that people are keeping an eye on. My guess is that the entire market is rigged. So if you're in stocks, get out. Get out of stocks. You don't want to be involved in that where the Federal Reserve goes down and then you don't know what's going to tank and what's going to go through the roof. And it's all rigged by the Federal Reserve. 100%. Oh, but crypto is volatile, man. Crypto is so volatile, according to Janet Yellen. Federal Reserve payment system disrupted. It wasn't disrupted. It was out. It wasn't like hit and miss. It was down for like 3 hours. And the point that it was down, they were lucky. It was at the end of the trade. It was like from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 5, and people can only trade up to 4 p.m. So that GameStop doubled in price in 2 hours. AMC doubled in price in 2 hours, meaning the Fed is running algorithms to defraud everybody on Wall Street in the stock market. All right. Make up your own mind. Maybe it's all just a coincidence, though. Maybe it's just a coincidence. You know me, I'm just one of these crazy wingnut guys on YouTube, and I must say, how thankful I am that I'm in a little black box, that I don't have to deal with trolls. I don't have to deal with anybody who doesn't want to see my content. It doesn't go out to anybody who is not already subscribed, and that is great. Because then I don't have to deal with anything. I don't have to watch what I say. I don't have to be worried about income or anything like that off YouTube. I can just get information out, and the people that need to get it will get it. It's perfect. It's great. Frees up a lot of time, too. So now we're going to take a look at the crypto side of things. Okay, I've been pushing crypto a bit, at least for people to understand more about it, because if I would have known I never fully understood it, and if I would have known more about it sooner, I would have invested in it a lot sooner, and I would be incredibly well off right now, and I'm dirt poor. Okay. The only reason I have anything is largely because of inheritance and stuff, is really even how I have a house or have anything. But I don't live in debt, or at least attempt not to. So that's a benefit, owning a house and not having to worry about inflation and payments and interest and stuff like that. But if I would have known about crypto a year earlier, I would probably never have to worry about money. Like at all. I could have my ranch and be just fine, right? But it's not too late. Not too late. The Federal Reserve and these guys are all scared. They're all coming out with what's called a FUD campaign. FUD. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. And there's a couple of reasons that this happens, and it happens in the stock market too, but it happens in crypto and any sort of investment thing, is if you want to buy something, you want that price to go as low as possible. So you put out all your friends in high places. You say, You want them to say how bad Bitcoin is, or whatever cryptocurrency, or whatever stock. If you want to buy Tesla and you want the price to go down, you have a whole bunch of fear, uncertainty, doubt people out there putting out articles that says Tesla's never made any money, and it hasn't. Tesla, the company, has never really made any money at all. So you start putting out these things, and that's a fear, uncertainty, doubt thing, where your stock prices, your crypto prices is going to go down. And they've been doing, this is the whole bit with the Janet Yellen deal, about saying, oh, how volatile things like Bitcoin are and how they're losing all this money. And that, is then you find out JP Morgan is making 1% of their holdings Bitcoin. Okay, JP Morgan. You find out, Tesla's got $1.5 billion invested in Bitcoin. You find out I think it's Blackwater, is largely invested into Bitcoin. And all of these big money financier places, investment firms, are all investing in Bitcoin at the same time as saying how horrible of an investment it is. It's because they don't want to pay $60,000 a Bitcoin. They'd rather pay 40. And of course, some people will sell. Like right now, we're going through a downturn in the markets. It generally happens in March, but we're going through a downturn in the markets where a lot of people are going to get shaken out because Bitcoin is going, like they said here, from 47,000, it lost 17% of its value. And it's like, well, what they don't tell you is it started February at like $30,000. So it went up to $60,000 and fell back down to 47. So you're still up by like 15% from the beginning of the month. And again, this doesn't matter if you're just going to hold the Bitcoin. If you're going to day trade it, Bitcoin is not the asset to hold. What you want to have is an asset diversification so that you're not having your money in US dollars. You should have if you have cash, you should have 20% of your cash, right? And then maybe 20% in crypto, maybe 20% into gold and silver or metals or something like that. So you're diversified. I'm not a huge fan of gold and silver though, because they don't even sell you the gold and silver. They give you a digital gold based on futures and a digital silver based on futures. It's like, well, can you ever claim that? I don't know. That's a whole investment thing for people to figure out. I'm just saying that, as far as ease of protecting your wealth or your money or your currency or whatever, crypto is the easiest way to do it. And it's ramping up now to where it's pretty hard to lose money in the long term. Now, in the short term, if you want to day trade, yeah, that's just gambling. All right. But in the long term, I'll bring up Coinbase, which is the easiest exchange for people to get involved in. I can't recommend it either way or not, because I have to use a couple, because not everything is going to be listed on one exchange. There's a lot of different exchanges. So this is as of today. Bitcoin's at 47,000. And everything is down. The whole market is down, right? It's actually down quite significantly. So we look at Bitcoin, it went down to 44. But if we look at the week, it started off at 55 on the week, and now it's down to 46. And they're like, oh my, it lost 10,000. Wow, how crazy is that? Well, look at the beginning of the month. It was at $30,000, guys. It was at 30,000. So here we are at the end of the month. It's still at 44,000. That's still a huge gain. Oh, but we lost. It came down off of doubling its price. Obviously, the price is going to go down. It doubled in price. And the reason it doubled in price is because of all of these investors started buying up Bitcoin. All of these big investors started buying up Bitcoin. MasterCard and Visa said they're going to operate in Bitcoin. PayPal is putting through a thing where you can make payments through Bitcoin. All of these things are happening right here. So yes, everybody is buying Bitcoin. And now that campaign is over, a lot of people here, when they hit this mark, sold. A lot of people who have been investing in crypto, this was their buy-off mark, and this is where they sold. Okay, so the price is going to go down, and it probably will go down even further, guys. So those of you out there who are looking at getting into crypto, if you get in, if this goes down, people are looking at, if it doesn't rebound from right here, if it doesn't rebound from like the 45,000 and continue to go up, it's probably going to go to 35, somewhere around 35 to 38,000, another $10,000 drop. If it does that, get in. You'll be doing better than me because I bought the most of my Bitcoin around 40,000. So it's nothing is too late. Even if Bitcoin goes to like 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, it still ain't going to be too late as long as you just leave it in there and don't worry if it goes up and down. And here's why. All right. Bitcoin is never going to zero. There's too many big players involved in it. Now, the government's going to try and close her down and all across the world once they see what kind of a threat that it is. They already know that it's a threat. Crypto in general is a threat to their Ponzi scheme of the Federal Reserve System. They know it. And is Bitcoin perfect? No. Are these other cryptos going to be perfect? No. I mean, this is the best that we've got, though. Since it's been around for 12 years, and in that entire time, every single transaction has been accounted for under Bitcoin without any losses, without any overpayments, without any mistakes anywhere in there. That's what Bitcoin mining is to make sure that the integrity of the transactions are accountable. And in just 1 month, the Federal Reserve System loses or squanders the $8 billion where they don't know where it went. Every month, $8 billion. Might even be more than that. The last figure I saw was $8 billion they mess up every single month. The amount in this idea that the big FUD campaign, fear, uncertainty, doubt campaign against crypto is that it's used for illicit activities or something like that. Well, Bitcoin particularly can't be because it's 100% public. Every transaction is public, which is a detriment to Bitcoin. But because of that, it also can't be manipulated in the same way that other cryptos can. Not all cryptos are created equal. That's why a lot of people stick to Bitcoin, because it's the first and it's the proof of concept and it's the proof that this works. And it's been operating for 12 years and it works. All right. So now, but Bitcoin aside, all right, Bitcoin aside, again, not investment advice beyond saying diversify your wealth out of US dollars. All right. And the easiest way to do it is going to be via a cryptocurrency. All right. It's a lot easier to move crypto investments around than it is gold and silver. And it's really a lot easier if you're talking physical, because who is going to take that? I don't believe in that there's ever going to be this Mad Max society world where people are going to be walking around with silver coins and stuff to go buy a loaf of bread. I don't see it. I don't think so. If that actually plays out, that scenario, you have way bigger things to worry about than gold and silver. All right. You have way bigger things to worry about. People aren't going to be looking for gold and silver when they're hungry and they need water or whatever. People aren't going to care. I'm not going to care about gold and silver. Your commodities are going to be things like food, like milk, and those sorts of things. And that goes back to skills, right? No one's going to care when you're talking about investments, which is what we're talking. Bitcoin could potentially be better than gold because the gold is so manipulated. And again, they're selling futures that nobody has mined yet. And silver has a problem that it's used in manufacturing, so it has a utility aspect to it. That means that the price has to be fixed. So, it's a big topic. There's a lot to be involved in it. But look, the stock market, the regular Wall Street stock market, is not a good thing to be in. It's all run by the feds, who just print money and run programs to make the stocks go up and down based on what they want the hedge funds to do. Because, of course, America's debt and America's Social Security program and all their welfare system, their communist system, is all based around this, being able to fix all the prices that they want to. And when the U.S. dollar is not the global currency, that's coming to an end. Definitely coming to an end. So now when people say that, these cryptocurrencies is throwing your money away, or that it's a gambling type of a thing, or it's not sound investment, or it's based on nothing, or whatever it may be. This is the example of Bitcoin. We'll look at Bitcoin. So right now it's at 47,000, and it will probably go into the 30,000s, guys. If you're looking at getting into Bitcoin or you're interested in it, look in the next week. It's going to go to probably maybe to the 30,000s. All right. Or from my perspective, because I already own Bitcoin, from my perspective, I want it to go up to 60 from here, but it's looking fairly likely that it will go to the upper 30,000s before going up to 60,000. All right. If it does that, it's a great time to buy. You'll double your money in like a week, and it will hold that. All right. Can't go into the explanations for all the crypto stuff, and it's just my opinion. All right. Don't throw your life savings and take out 3 mortgages and throw everything into Bitcoin. Take a couple of $100 you're never going to miss and throw it into some cryptocurrency. Just sign up for the accounts, purchase your first bit of crypto, and have your account there and watch it and learn about it. You know, they give you crypto. Coinbase gives you cryptocurrencies just for signing up and learning about cryptocurrency. All right. Just a couple $100. So it's set up. So if something happens with the Federal Reserve and the dollar starts being worth absolutely nothing, you can instantly throw it into crypto. So it's there. And you're already familiar with how it works. Well, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. 1 year ago, I think it was worth 3,000. Let's take a look. 1 year ago, this is where we are. 1 year ago, March 2020, it crashed. $3,800 it was in March. This is right when the Cootie virus came out. Right? It was trading around here, around 8,000. And this is the biggest crash it's ever had, I think. It was the Cootie virus. Bam. We're right down to 3,000. And it didn't stay there. It was there for like a blip. We have these flash crashes when some big whale sells 1 million Bitcoin. You're going to have a big spike. But then it's going to get snapped up by all the people who have buy orders in to go because they want more Bitcoin at a lower price. Right? If I had money, I probably would put a buy-in order right now at 38,000. But I don't have any money, which sucks, right? But so here we are now. You look at the line. Does this look volatile to you? Does this look volatile? It looks like the entire time it's steadily going up. It goes down a little bit. But over the long course here, it's up, 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 up. Okay, then we had a boom. It doubled in price very, very quickly. When any stock does that, doesn't matter if it's the stock market or cryptocurrency, when any stock goes up by 100% or 50% almost instantly, it's always going to pull back. Always. But we're at 18,000, it doubles up to 40,000, and then you pull back to 32. Somewhere in the middle. This is like how all stuff works, all investments. It doesn't matter if it's gold, silver, whatever. If there's a big boom, it will always pull back. And now we have the second run. And this run went longer than it really should have, as you can tell by this, but it doubled again. It doubled again. So it's going to pull back again, probably to 50%. So somewhere in that upper 30s, the $35,000 to $40,000 range is going to pull back, right? It's going to pull back. It's just what's going to happen. It's what's going to go. And there's a great time to get in. Now let's look at other cryptos. This is just Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is not the perfect crypto to be involved in. Bitcoin is not going to make you a millionaire overnight. Okay, if you've only got, let's say you had $1,000 of money that you could just throw away. You could invest in one of the brand new cryptocurrencies that are only $1 or less a share. Like XRP was 17 cents when I bought it, and it went up to 60 or 75 cents. And of course, I only had a couple $100 in it, so I made like $1,000 maybe. But if I actually had a few $1,000s invested in that, you'd have made like $150,000 within a week, right? It's akin to gambling in something like that, but who knows? That's where I said you got to do your own research in what cryptos that you like. And that's all there is to that, because there's a bajillion of them. We're going to take a look at that. So this is like Coinbase. You can't trade all these different ones that Coinbase has on it. But see, this is in the 24 hours. As I said, the market is down. The only thing that's up is Cardano, which I just invested in yesterday, so I'm very happy to see that. The whole market is down because when Bitcoin is down, everybody gets fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and the whole market goes down because Bitcoin is 4/5 of the crypto market, okay? 4/5 of it. So you can see all these pages that I'm going through, everything is down. So unfortunately, if Bitcoin is down like I'm invested in, I have no place I can move my money, right? I can only move into a stable coin or something like that to preserve it. But now we're taking all these red lines, and this is on the daily, I think, right? This is on the daily, yeah. So we go on the weekly, though. Things start looking a little bit better on the weekly, but it still is a lot of down. A lot of down lines that are all following Bitcoin. But this is what I say, guys, in the long term. Now we're going to go to the month. As we extend out the amount of time that we're looking at every single crypto, remember, there's shit coins out there that really literally don't do anything, okay? There's crap out there for people to put money into. But so this is everything, including the crap ones. Tether here, they just had to pay out for a lawsuit, but they're a stable coin that's supposed to stay at $1. They just paid on a lawsuit, so they're down, and I don't know how that works when they're a stable coin, but whatever. Anyways, we're at only 1 month here. Now remember, because Bitcoin went down by 20%, we just are going through this consolidation period. The entire market is down for the month right now. This is 1 month. So at the beginning of the month till now, from the beginning of the month till now, Bitcoin is up 46%. So that means it went up 66% and then it lost 20%. You're still up 46%. That's just Bitcoin. But look at some of these other ones. Cardano, 275%, 84%, Polkadot. Look at all these numbers here. Dogecoin, this is one of the ones that's a worthless coin. That's a meme. All right. But yeah, if you get in at the right time with Wall Street bets guys, they play with that one. But look at all the green. Okay. This is only over 1 month. You've got a couple of them here. The ones that are losing money are the stable coins. And I haven't researched it much in that other than I think it would have to do with inflation. This is another stable coin, Terra US dollars. This stable coin all the stable coins are red. Everything else is really, really good. Not like, look guys, a good gain on your investment is like 15%, is really good. Right now, it's 15% is like breaking even because of the inflation rate. With the cryptos, you've got way higher upside, like way higher upside. So that's just an example at 1 month out, and we only did 3 pages. Now we're going to go to a year out. Okay, crypto is just so volatile and so unstable, and you're throwing your money away. No one's ever going to make anything off it. So we're going to go back to last year when Bitcoin was trading at $3,000. It's up 438%. Ethereum 500%. Cardano 2,500%. Binance 1,116%. Tether is a stable coin, doesn't count. Polkadot 1,000%. XRP has been doing terrible all year. It's still up 90%. Remember, I said I paid 17 cents for it and 19 cents for it. It's still up 100% almost from what I purchased it at over the summertime last year. Litecoin 200%. And these ones that are at the top are kind of like the ones that people approve of that look like they have something going. Larger market cap. AVE 65,000%. Do you imagine you got into AVE when it was less than 10 cents? And you say you bought 1,000 shares of AVE at we'll buy $1,000 worth of AVE at 10 cents a share. Or let's buy $1,000 worth of AVE at $1 per share. Right? You'd have $338,000 right now. Okay. Do you see our upsides? And AVE is one that a lot of people like. I haven't looked into it much because it only recently was able to trade on Coinbase. It looks here there's only a couple of coins. I don't know what Bitcoin SV is. I think it's maybe an imposter counterfeit coin. I'm not sure, but this is the only one in a year that has lost money other than the stable coins. So these are the stable coins. You can see this is is this supposed to be risky? Right? Is this supposed to be what a risky investment looks like? Now, Revin, I think the developers went under and Revin no longer exists. It's no longer supported. I'm not positive on that either, but all of the ones that are negative and down, there's a reason for it. Stablecoin is down. Stablecoin is down. Stablecoin is down. Anything that is not a stablecoin is up. What's this one? I don't know what Ample Fourth is, and no one can trade it, so it doesn't matter. If no one can trade it, it doesn't count. I don't know what the DAO token is either. This must be the Chinese, their own crypto that no one can trade that's inside their country. Well, who cares about that? So you have, I don't see anywhere in here where if you held in the long term, you could actually make a mistake investing in crypto. All right. Look at Band Protocol. I was invested in that for a little bit. It's up 4,000%. Right? 4,000. Now, are you going to recognize these gains right away? No, because the Band Protocol probably wasn't on an exchange back when it was at a price that you could get it for 10 cents or a nickel. A lot of these coins need to prove themselves and be in circulation for enough period of time where the cost is at least $1, right? Alpha Finance is $1. Polka Starter is a great one to get into. Polka, whatever that thing. People are investing in that. But it's already at $4, and it's just now coming out onto exchanges, right? So these many 60,000% changes, a lot of these coins aren't listed until they've already, hit a decent level. But we'll go back to the very most expensive coin you can get is Bitcoin that runs the entire market at $47,000, right? It's up 438% since the beginning of this year. And then, Janet Yellen's going to come out and say, oh, it's terrible. Bitcoin is just too volatile and it's terrible and it's not, not reliable enough. Okay, Federal Reserve. Okay, Federal Reserve. Bitcoin extremely inefficient for transaction. Okay, Federal Reserve. Hey, Federal Reserve, what's going on with this? When the Federal Reserve shuts down, stocks explode. Major political stocks explode. And you realize this is a huge, it's treason, is what it is. They're destroying the country and destroying businesses. GameStop has boards of directors and regular Americans that own stock in GameStop, and to allow these hedge fund guys to go in and literally execute a company because they feel like it, because they want to play the short bet game. They want to pump up this sure thing win so that they can pay the debts and Social Security and stuff. But somebody's got to, it's for the greater good, right? To sacrifice GameStop and to sacrifice AMC. What about sacrificing your business? How would anybody fight this? How would anybody even know about this without this blip on the radar, the Federal Reserve getting shut down for 2 or 3 hours with a mystery problem? Right? And then all of these stocks just shooting to the moon. This is the other thing too, is crypto is not messed with as much as the stock market, nor can it be. Because the crypto market didn't really change at all. When they didn't even notice the Federal Reserve. Didn't even notice it. All the more reason to be involved in it. Anyways, that is the recommendation that I have. Now I can clear this off of my desk, and maybe we can talk about some of the buildings that are out there that everyone says were built in 1880, 1890. Did you know that Glencoe, in my little town of 5,000 people, has one of these ancient, archaic buildings they say is built in 1890, when the entire county had like 1,000 people in it. And we built this $5 million building, apparently with steam power in 1850 or something. I don't know. Some of those things are interesting, and maybe we'll talk about that. Again, thanks for people who are leaving comments. You can just go ahead and copy, paste, and double up comments to see if they post. Just spam my comment section if you have a comment, because YouTube is deleting all of the comments from what I can tell. Very few of them get through. It's like maybe 20% of the comments actually post on my channel. They show up in my bell. I see them. And then when I click on them to respond, they disappear. So that's YouTube's thing. Spam my either spam your comment on the videos, or you can send me an email at maxbauerproductions@gmail.com. And if you got a question or you got a comment or whatever you got. Some people had asked me about, whether or not they should invest in Bitcoin or something like that. Asked me what they should do with their $500 or where it should go. And I said, well, if you got $500, throw it into Bitcoin and forget about it. And then, we'll check on it after a few months. Right. And that was a few months ago. And at one point I went back to him and I said, if you would have, if you did invest that $500 right now, it's worth $650. It was only like 2 weeks later. Right. And by now that $500 would be worth probably $1,500. I don't know about that much. Maybe like $800 or $900. For the timing is right. So whatever question, send it to Max Bauer Productions. I'll see them. The internet won't eat them. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So with that, guys, we're going to be out of here.